Howdy folks. So we are back on Zuma Ridge Trail once again because the last video I posted, I stated beyond a shadow of a doubt my goal was to find the water. And I knew there was a creek at the bottom of this system and I didn't get there. I made a decision to turn around. And so I was mission not accomplished. So I came back today, a couple weeks later, and damn it, I'm going to find the water. I'm going to make it to the creek. Whether there's water there or not, I don't know. I did hear it last time. So I am headed back there to make it to the creek come hell or high water. So thanks for coming with me. So you'll see the end result. I had a turkey vulture or a similar type bird. It's been following me for a while now, so I was trying to communicate with him. To no avail. Most likely not the sound that they make. Okay, so now we're at the point where I remember hearing the water, because I hear it again. Of course, now it might be the wind blowing down there, I don't know. But this time we're going to find out. We're pushing through till we get down to the bottom. So let's do this, folks. You with me? Huh? You with me? Ooh, check that out. Big old gorge. Washed out by water. So once again, I am in uncharted territory. I've never gone this far on this trail. So I'm finding this quite fascinating. Or I'm like Sam from the Fellowship of the Ring. This is the furthest away from home I've ever been. It's not, but it's the furthest along this trail I've ever been. Yes, I'm a Lord of the Rings geek. What? All right, so there's a lot of deciduous trees down there. There's a lot of shade down there. I can hear the water. So let's keep going. Oh, yikes. Okay. Definitely overgrown through here. Yikes. Ah. Here we go. Found the water. Finally. Sweet. Life-giving water. There's some willow bushes down here. Found the water. Now, if you're a day hiker, most likely you're going to have water with you, or at least you should have water with you. And for whatever reason, you can't get out, you're lost, stuck, injured, and you run out of water and you come across this. This is not going to be safe to drink right out of the creek. You're going to have to find a way to purify it. And the number one surefire way to purify it is over a flame. So you would have to do that. I mean, if it's an emergency situation, you're going to want to create a fire, and you just need to be super careful. You don't want to ignite anything when any ember is going anywhere, setting off any kind of wildfires. You definitely don't want that. So you have to be super careful. But again, like an emergency situation, you have to do what you have to do to survive. So you have to find a way to purify it. And worst comes to worst, if you have to drink it right out of the creek, if it's a do or die situation, then drink it out of the creek. There are even ways to do that more safely. So now we begin the longer trek back up the mountainside. So I got my cattail. I'll be using that in some upcoming excursion, probably using it as tinder to start a fire. So I'll be doing that on a upcoming overnight camping trip. Well, my mistake. I thought the hottest part of the day was going to be around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And now it's like 4:30, and it's hotter now. So I'm definitely feeling it. Just guzzling a bunch of water a minute ago. Still got a way up the hill I gotta get. So I need a little piece of shade. I come across, I stop for a few seconds and just take a quick breather. All right, let's go. All right, so the hardest part of the trail is now behind us. Thank goodness. I say you just never know. You just never know what can happen. I started developing like a slight headache. I assume that's like a dehydration headache, and then had to stop a bunch of times. You know, had that little effect on my eyesight, like if you get up too fast and kind of get a little blurry. Had a little bit of that going on. So I had to make a bunch of pit stops just to catch my breath. I was trying to make sure I was taking slow, deep breaths and stay calm, not panic. Now that part is behind us. About a mile or so to go to get back to the trailhead. Let's go. But that's why I say rule number one when you're out here in the backcountry, rule number one is there are no rules. And you have to always keep that in mind. All right, so as we approach the trailhead, I can safely say now, mission accomplished. We found the water. If I was in a survival situation, lost, injured, whatever, I'd be staying back there by the water and try to self-rescue in the morning time. But we found the water, faced a little adversity, unexpected adversity with the heat, and a little extra dehydration. I pretty much finished up my water. A little bit of a headache, a little bit of dizziness. I mean, it's not something you want, but I feel fine now, and all is good. So, again, mission accomplished. So I'll see you next time out on the trails with Outdoor Adventures with Glen-AM.